Governor Greg Abbott took a swipe at Dustin Burrows' Democrat-fueled run for the speakership of the Texas House. This is Thursday, December 12th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Well, we've made it to Thursday. Thanks for spending part of your day with the Texas Minute. As temperatures begin to drop, an energy expert is warning that Texas's electric grid is more vulnerable today than it was ahead of the deadly 2021 winter storm. More on that coming up. Legislation filed in the Texas House will require public and charter schools to inform students' parents and guardians when a district employee is charged with certain criminal offenses. The measure was authored by Republican State Representative-elect Hillary Hicklin of Belton. The charges would include the sale, distribution, or display of harmful material to a minor, as well as murder and child endangerment charges. Notification would also be sent for any charges that would result in the individual being required to register as a sex offender. The law would require that districts include in their notification the employee's name and position, whether the employee continues to be employed by the district, the length of the employee's employment, the offense for which they're being charged, and it must include a statement that a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. A Guatemalan national was arrested this week for his role in a human smuggling operation that led to the deaths of more than 50 people in Mexico. The man was arrested at his residence in Colony Ridge. That's the controversial land development north of Houston that's been criticized for marketing to illegal aliens and attracting cartel activity. George Ventura and 4 other Guatemalans were linked to the smuggling of at least 160 people in a semi-trailer truck that crashed in Chiapas, Mexico. That crash resulted in the deaths of more than 50 people and resulted in many others being injured. An investigation by the Daily Wire revealed that Ventura owned 4 properties in the Colony Ridge development and bought one of them as recently as September 30th. A University of Houston professor is warning that Texas's electric grid is more vulnerable now than it was during the rolling blackouts induced by Winter Storm Uri back in 2021. Despite spending billions of dollars making changes, Ed Hers finds that Texas has still not fixed its grid. The principal culprit, he says, is the over-reliance on unreliable power sources like wind and solar. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas recently projected that there's an 80% likelihood of rolling blackouts if a storm the size of Uri were to bombard the state this winter. Comparatively, Hers points out that there was only a 5% chance of rolling blackouts during Uri in 2021. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to trust that where you get your news is accurate and pro-citizen? Well, Texas Scorecard has you covered. We give you real news for real Texans. Go to TexasScorecard.com today.
Well, if there was any doubt before, Governor Greg Abbott has now made it explicitly clear that he wants the next Speaker of the Texas House to have been chosen by the House Republican Caucus. This comes after the governor was forced yesterday to issue 2 statements related to the rump candidacy of Dustin Burrows. Mr. Burrows has been seeking support from Democrats and a small faction of Republicans to secure the gavel after losing the House Republican Caucus nomination vote last Saturday to State Representative David Cook. Notably, of the Republicans who opposed Abbott's school choice push in the 2023 regular and special sessions, all are currently backing Burrows instead of their caucus nominee. That clearly troubles the governor, who said as much in a post on social media. More than a dozen GOP opponents of school choice lost their primary elections, with many of their challengers receiving strong public support from Abbott. Governor Abbott's statement went on to say that the Speaker of the GOP-dominated Texas House should be selected in accordance with the rules of the GOP caucus. Now, earlier in the day, Abbott had issued a statement rebuking a text campaign that falsely implied his support for Burrows. The text message was sent by the American Opportunity PAC, featuring an image of Abbott with the caption, "Support Burrows." Curiously, the American Opportunity PAC surfaced only weeks ago and has yet to disclose its donors. However, filings with the Texas Ethics Commission show that its treasurer was appointed by political consultant Mitch Carney. Mitch Carney is the son of Abbott's chief political advisor, Dave Carney. Mitch Carney also served as a senior advisor to Abbott's 2022 re-election campaign. You can find the details of all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. If you're enjoying this daily podcast and find it useful, I hope you'll share it with your friends and encourage them to subscribe. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Emily Medeiros, Valerie Munoz, Will Biagini, Brandon Waltons, and Sidney Henry. Nick Shepard put the show together and got it delivered to your ears. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.